This time we're going to rough out this back side. Okay. So for that, we're going to need to change the insert to an OD backward. So now the tool is going to be approaching on this angle here. Okay. So then it's going to be coming in and dragging and coming in and dragging, or from up here and dragging actually. So we're going to go ahead and let's check our feeds and speeds, the global parameters. Okay. And just 1 second. Okay. So we're going to select 2 points on our profile, and we're going to set our object snap to near. Okay. So we're going to select points that actually on the curve itself. Okay. So we're going to pick a point up here to start. So the first point you pick is going to be the entry point, and the second point you pick is going to be the exit point. So we're going to go a little bit past the back of our part. Okay, and let's go to the roughing tab. See, make sure we got over here. We got linear cuts this time. We can set that to offset. And we have our cut direction set to positive. Top of our cut, we're going to use the top of the stock to start cutting. And our depth for cut is 50 thousandths. Okay. And entry and exit. This is a little tricky because it's on the back side. So we're going to change these parameters here. We're going to set this to 0 for our approach. And we're going to set our engage approach to 0. We're going to set our angle to 0. Basically, we want to limit the tool from doing unnecessary moves, when it approaches and retracts. So it's just going to come in and start cutting at the point and then extract at the end point. So we got all these set to 0. And for the exit, we'll go ahead and set this to 0.5. Okay. And our angle here is at 45, and our departure is at 0.5. And clearance, let's look at the clearance. We're going to be using automatic. Okay. And we'll select clearance plane there. For our advanced cut parameters, we'll perform some arc fitting. Okay. So the turn roughing, the tolerance for roughing, we leave it set at 1 thousandths. The stock is 10 thousandths. Okay. So what it did here is it created a roughing toolpath on the back side. Okay. As you recall from the previous roughing, we had actually already roughed it down almost all the way to the diameter. So it couldn't find anything to remove there. So it just removed the back side. Let's go ahead and simulate that so you can see the difference in the OD backward. So you see the tool, the insert is positioned in the opposite direction to get the back side of the part. And it's doing its roughing operation. We'll go ahead and let that finish. Okay. Okay, so let's go back over here. So now we got the outside roughed out. So now we're going to do some OD finishing on the outside. Similar to how we did the roughing, we're going to have to split this up into 2 parts. We're going to do this main part with our forward-facing insert, the back part with the backward-facing insert. So let's go into turn finishing. Okay, we're going to be using our OD forward insert. So we're going to do this front side first. The insert is going to be facing in this direction. Okay. For our global parameters, we have it set to outer diameter. That's important. You can select the front facing or outer diameter. We're not doing the front facing yet. We're doing the outside diameter. And we're going to crank this tolerance up to another 1/10 of a thousandth. Our stock is 0. Okay. And what we're going to do here is we're going to pick 2 points. Okay. And we're going to select we're going to go all the way on the front here, and we're going to finish all the way down to this point over here. Okay, and then for our finishing parameters, we're just going to do, we're not going to have any multiple passes. We're going to do one pass. So you'll see that it started here on the front face, and it ran the whole length of the part and stopped here. Now, for some reason, I'm not really sure why it doesn't go all the way down and try to get that, but that's fine because we're going to be doing our back side. So let's go ahead and simulate that. So here is our finishing pass. It's taking that 50 thousandths of material away. Let's go ahead and speed this up a little bit. Okay, so let's go ahead and do our, going to be going a little bit faster. So let's do another finishing. And with this finishing, we're going to be, just one second. For our global parameters, we're going to go ahead and pick 2 points again. We're going to pick a point here and a point here. And again, make sure your object snap is set to nearest, and it'll snap to that profile. Okay, so we got that. Let's increase this. Our stock is set to 0. Our advanced cut parameters, we're going to do some arc fitting. Finishing parameters, we're not going to do anything there. And for clearance, we're going to set that to automatic. And we're going to set that to skim. Okay. And actually, we're going on the outside, so we can probably set that to clearance plane. Okay, so here is the finishing. Looks like we didn't set our backward tool, OD backward. Okay, there we go. So if you're wondering the colors of the tool path, the yellow is the entry and the red is the departure. So the point that you pick first is going to be the entry, and the point you pick second is going to be the retract. And the different colors here is the approach, okay, and your entry, and your departure and your retract over here. You can set those colors in your CAM preferences. Let's go ahead and simulate that. Okay, so let's go back over here.